Alright, hey guys, and today I'm going to be reacting to another death battle. This time it's another Marvel vs. DC fight. We got Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate, so basically two wizards that are doctors, I guess. So, because Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate, so right now, yeah, this is like this is really close because I think they're both magical. I don't know too much about Doctor Fate, and I don't know too much to Doctor Strange aside from like cartoons and MCU. But I think for now I'll go with the Strange. But it's really close. But I think I'll go with the Strange on this one. So boom, 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 boom.
The art of magic is a perplexing thing. Only those with the right knowledge, talent, and willpower can truly claim to be the most powerful wizards of all.
That's true.
Like
That's
Doctor
the
Strange,
point.
the Sorcerer Supreme of Marvel Comics.
And Dr. Fate, DC's defender of cosmic order.
He's
Check out
wielding a
the
boomstick.
Samson.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, it's 2D. Alright.
Dr. Stephen Strange wasn't just
Hey,
any
Benedict
brilliant
Cumberbatch.
neurosurgeon, he was the very
MCU one.
best.
Too bad he was also a prick who cared more about the money he made than the patients he worked on.
Sensational patients bring recognition. Recognition brings money, and money keeps Wellhaven stores open.
Can't blame him, though. When your entire family kicks the bucket one by one like Stevens did, it's kind
members
of hard
of
to
the
get
Illuminati.
attached to anybody else. Also, money's just great.
Strange's
Sorcerer
talent at the
Supreme, yeah, I
operating
know
table
about that.
earned him celebrations worldwide. His work became more expensive, and his bank account rose into the millions.
And then...
Oh, yeah. That's what
Don't
happened.
text
in the
and
movie.
drive,
Yeah.
kids.
No, you don't text and drive.
Strange survived, but his hands got terrible nerve damage, making them useless for complex tasks like, oh, I don't know, surgery. Pretty inconvenient.
To find a cure, Strange spent his entire fortune and traveled the globe until he found the Ancient One. He had heard of this man's befuddling mystic healing powers, and at this point, he was up for trying anything.
But the old dude refused to cure him. Instead, he offered to teach Strange how to use magic himself and become a superhero. Who needs hands when you have magic?
Through his training, Strange discovered many secrets of the universe, along with plenty of handy spells. He has learned so
Nice.
many charms, jinxes, enchantments, conjurations, hexes, and incantations that it would be impossible
That is
to
a
list
lot
them
of
all now,
spells.
but he certainly has his favorites.
Like the nearly unbreakable bands of Sidorak. Unless you're super strong like the Hulk or Thanos, no way you're snapping these chains.
He can surround
Look
foes
at
in
that.
everlasting fire with the flames of Faltine, launch energy shots called the Bolts of Balthak,
You hear say ball sack?
knock out foes with the
Balthak.
mists of Morpheus, and shield himself
my
using the
God.
7 rings of Ragador.
Who the hell came up with these spell names?
Right.
Whatever happened to plain old abracadabra? Everybody loves that one.
Other techniques of his include illusions, hypnotism, protective force fields,
hypnotism.
telekinesis, immortality, time manipulation, power stealing, teleportation, dimensional travel, transmutation,
goodness.
spell nullification.
And he can turn himself into a ghost.
What?
Ooh.
That's
That's
his
really
astral
cool.
form, a projection of Strange's soul separate from his body, which defies the laws of physics.
Look, Wiz, he can go through walls and fly around. That's a ghost.
To invoke these spells,
Yeah.
Strange audibly calls upon the powers of the
That's good,
Vishanti,
yeah.
3 godly beings of enormous power.
Oh, that one's a kitty.
Oh,
I summon forth the shielding powers of the Vishanti.
oh, is that the old Spider-Man cartoon?
Impressive. It sure puts Mysterio's hocus pocus to shame.
Whoa.
Anyway, after many years of study, Strange's mentor was slain by a creepy hentai monster, and Strange
Hentai
was
monster.
granted the title of Sorcerer Supreme,
Yep.
which is like a normal sorcerer with all the toppings.
As
Oh,
Sorcerer
that's
Supreme,
really cool.
Strange was deemed the most powerful magic user and defender of the world. To better perform his duties, he carries numerous magical artifacts which assist him in battle.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cloak of levitation lets him fly without magic and has a mind of its
I know
own,
that
like
one.
Aladdin's magic carpet, but way more stylish. The wand of Watum amplifies his powers, and the axe of Angaru, whatever, cuts through
I don't know how to
mystical
pronounce
beings. Fun fact, Strange found that axe in my ex-wife's old witch cave. I mean apartment.
But most versatile of all is the Eye of Agamotto.
The Eye of Agamotto,
With
yep.
this amulet, Strange can perceive any truth, absorb massive amounts of energy, enhance
Infinity
his psychic
Stone
powers,
and
and fire a light that can weaken and obliterate magical entities.
If you haven't noticed, Doctor Strange is super powerful.
Yes, he
With all
is.
this magical mumbo-jumbo, he's taken on some of the biggest threats in the universe.
Yep.
Set me free! No, I've come to bargain.
And if he ever gets stuck,
Look,
he
Benedict
basically
Cumberbatch.
just rewrites the
Awesome
rules of
actor.
reality, which is probably what happens when you divide by zero.
That's not even
I
possible.
watched multiple versions of Madness this
Exactly!
year.
It's Magic Whiz. Anything can
Both
happen.
movies,
Strange's astral form has traveled across the planet in, quote, precious seconds, putting him
Oh.
at several million miles per hour.
Wow.
Even
that
better,
is-
when Adam Warlock once used an infinity gem to banish Strange to the far reaches of the
Oh
universe,
my
Strange just cast a
God.
spell that zoomed him all the way back. So yeah, F you, Adam.
Given what we see here, Doctor Strange was most likely sent to a void,
Calculate
or a
that,
large
man.
empty
Calculate
area
that shit.
between galaxies. The void where our galaxy resides is about 2 billion light years in diameter,
Whoa.
with the Milky Way set relatively close to the center. Based on Strange's
Woo!
conversation here, we can assume a generously short time frame of 5 seconds.
Wow.
So, Strange must have moved over 4.2 septillion miles per
That
hour.
is fast.
That's 6 quadrillion times the speed of light.
Damn! Oh, how about that time he ripped the soul out of his arch nemesis and sent him back in time? Or when he restored his cloak of levitation from mere scraps? Or when he beat up Galactus?
He beat
And
Galactus?
totally scrambled his brain?
With his immense magical prowess, Strange has survived blasts from Voltor, a robot with the power to move stars, and even withstood a supernova. At minimum, an exploding star outputs over 350 septillion gigatons of TNT.
Holy
That's
shit.
6 octillion times greater than the Tsar Bomba,
my
the most
God.
powerful nuclear weapon ever made.
Not impressed yet? Well, Strange can manipulate and
impressed, yeah.
detonate stars himself. That's right, this guy uses supernovas as weapons.
Wow.
Strange is exceptionally clever, and while his physique is not superhuman, it's worth noting that he is a talented athlete and martial artist. This is important as the use of magic can wear down the magician's body if it is unfit.
okay.
His immortality has also proved incredibly useful.
I'll say, he's looking pretty good for a guy born in the 1930s.
More than that, at one point,
True.
Strange was recruited by the Vishanti to fight in a magical war, which lasted 5,000 years.
Holy shit! I hope he got
Yeah,
some really
that's-
good veterans benefits after that.
Literally
But
took those
for
words out of
real,
my
this
mouth.
guy has the power to protect the universe and reshape it however he wants. I know which doctor I'm calling the next time I'm sick.
Nice.
Who are you? I'm Doctor Strange. Sorcerer Supreme!
Yep. Wait, I'm just gonna. Alright, I think I can watch both. And
Tell me, Boomstick, do you believe in fate?
I only believe in one thing, Wiz. 18-year, 100-proof whiskey.
Well, after accompanying his father on an archaeological expedition in Mesopotamia, 12-year-old Kent Nelson
Ted
certainly
Nelson,
did.
that's his real name.
Instead of digging up boring old artifacts like tools or pottery, Kent uncovered a 10-billion-year-old god. Too bad waking him up also gassed Kent's dad to death.
This slumbering god was Nabu, a Lord of Order born from
Oh,
the
that's
very
who that
beginning
is,
of the
Nabu.
universe. While Nabu normally cares little about the universally inconsequential concerns of individual humans, this time was different. Nabu took the newly orphaned Kent under his wing and taught him the ways of magic.
Oh, sweet!
Magic.
I'd take a god dad over an ordinary one any day. But really, I'd just take any dad.
Though Nabu
Aw.
wasn't too keen on the actual parenting part of the deal, so he just magicked Kent into a full-grown adult over the course of a week.
Does that mean he got hit with all those years of awkward puberty all at once? My god, talk about a mood swing.
Damn.
To master the mystic arts, Nabu granted Kent 3 ancient relics. First and foremost, Kent donned the golden helmet,
the
of
helmet.
fate.
Well, Kent woke up the physical body. Nabu's soul is actually inside this helmet. So when Kent put it on, his spirit merged with Nabu's and they became Dr. Fate.
I am an agent of order.
Wait, he's 12. technically, he can't be a doctor yet, right?
Well, in time,
that's
he
a good
became a
point,
trained
yeah.
physician and achieved a PhD in archaeology.
Good for him.
All right,
Anyway, he's
okay.
also got the Cloak of Destiny, which
Oh, yeah,
gave
he
him
also has
flight,
a cloak.
super strength, and superhuman durability.
Lastly, he received the amulet of Anubis, a talisman which increases Fate's powers, counters opposing magic, and can launch an intense beam of magical firepower.
Wow.
It also houses its own pocket dimension, where the souls of
What?
past
A
Dr.
pocket
Fates
dimension?
reside.
Oh yeah, lots of people have worn that shiny helmet, and not all of them were doctors.
Oh my God,
Even
Chip,
Kent's
oh
wife,
God.
Inza, got in on the magic action. But Kent is, like, the main one, so we're sticking with him.
As
Okay.
Dr. Fate, Kent became the
That makes
immortal
sense.
champion of the supernatural Lords of Order in their fight against the vile Lords of Chaos.
And he learned tons of wacky wizard skills he can use with just
Both
a
of
thought.
them are
Perfect for
magicians.
putting chaos gods in their place.
Fate can use telekinesis, cast illusions, erect force fields, hypnotize foes, read minds, teleport vast distances, create an astral projection of himself, travel through time and dimensions, and even
can
manipulate
also
matter
time
at a
travel.
molecular level.
Let's face it, Wiz,
And
he's
he's
so
also
powerful
immortal.
he can basically do whatever the hell he wants. Like that time he did a Freaky Friday body swap with Blue Beetle like it was
What?
nothing. He can even conjure up Superman's Kryptonian powers for himself. That's right, this guy can just decide to be Superman for a day.
Wow.
With his mighty magic, Fate has turned buildings into dust, thrown a planet into a sun, and physically held back the destruction of the universe.
Holy balls.
The helmet, just the helmet, once flew through space so
We're talking
fast
the
it
helmet?
reached the velocity of God. And then
What?
bounced off the edge of the universe. What the hell does that even mean?
Exactly,
Fate
what
has
does that
regenerated his body from a single thought, withstood hits from the likes of Superman and Ultraman, and somehow survived in a dimension of reality where literally nothing exists.
Who the hell is writing this crap?
mean? Right,
Also, when DC decided to
writers are
reboot
like-
their entire comic line, Fate was
One
one
of
of the
the-
only characters to survive the crisis that literally collapsed the
yeah. He survived it
multiverse.
too?
But he does have
'Cause
one
I
big
watched that
weakness.
in
The
Green Lantern.
helmet
He survived
is
it.
Nabu, and Nabu is the source of Fate's powers. So
Oh,
if
Koa
you
survived
remove
it.
the helmet, he loses his magic.
For the
Okay.
most part, Kent
Loses
does
magic,
possess some
could be.
magical ability of his own,
No,
like
it's
telekinesis and super strength, but he's not even remotely close to the potential of Dr. Fate. And even further from the true Fate. When the souls
True
of a
Fate?
man, a woman, and a god come together, in this case Kent, Inza, and Nabu, they create Dr. Fate's
What?
ultimate state of being. An entity with enough power to rip the universe apart and effortlessly overpower other Lords of Order and Chaos.
Sadly, like all menage a trois scenarios, keeping this going for too long could destroy all three of them. So
Okay.
Fate doesn't go final form unless he absolutely has to.
Oh.
Still, the
All
people
right,
of
that
the
makes
cosmos can sleep easy knowing Fate is on their side.
Your fate is utterly binding.
That's cool.
Who are you?
Oh, is that
Let me
Smallville?
show you, my friend.
I've watched a few episodes, but I didn't watch the whole series. So I'll make my prediction in the next part, so stay tuned.